Let us now revise what are fractions and decimals. So fractions are parts of a whole. If this is the whole, you are dividing this whole into 4 equal parts, and out of this 4 equal parts, I have shaded 2 parts. So what part is shaded? 2 by 4 part is shaded. 2 parts are shaded out of 4 parts. So 2 by 4 is a fraction, parts of a whole. Let us now discuss types of fractions. The first one is proper fractions. What is a proper fraction? In a proper fraction, the numerator is smaller than the denominator. For example, 3 by 55, 7 by 22, 9 by 59, and so on. So here the numerator is smaller than the denominator. Such types of fractions are called proper fractions. Now we have improper fractions. What are improper fractions? In improper fractions, the numerator is greater than the denominator. 55 upon 3, 22 upon 7, 59 upon 9. So here the numerator is greater than the denominator. These are the examples of improper fractions. Then we have mixed fractions. In mixed fraction, we have whole and a proper fraction. Like whole and 2 by 3 is a proper fraction. You can convert mixed fraction into improper fractions. So 3 into 1 is 3 plus 2. So this is 5 by 3. We have say 15 by 9. This is a improper fraction. You can convert into mixed fraction. So 9 into 1 is 9. 9 plus 6 is 50. So you can convert an improper fraction into mixed fraction. Now we have like fractions. What are like fractions? In like fractions, the denominator is same. For example, 3 by 29 and 7 by 29. This is called as like fraction because the denominator are same, 29. And we have something called unlike fractions. In unlike fractions, the denominators are different. As you can see, all these are unlike fractions where the denominators are different. Say for 3 by 7, 5 by 2, 7 by 10. All these are unlike fractions because denominators are different. Here 7, here 2, and here it is 10. Let us now take some examples of addition and subtraction of fractions. So here is the first question. What should be added to 15 2 by 3 to get 18 5 by 6? Before we solve this question, let us make this question a little more simpler by taking the numbers as whole numbers. Okay. So if I ask you what should be added to 5 so that you get 7. So what will you say? You have to subtract 5 from 7. That means you have to add 2. Similarly here, what should be added to this to get this? So from this you are going to subtract this. So let us solve it. So from 18, 5 by 6, you have to subtract 15 2 by 3 to find out what should be added to 15 2 by 3 to get 18 5 by 6. So 18 into 6 is 108. 108 plus 5 is 113 upon 6. Here 15 into 3 is 45. 45 plus 2 is 47 upon 3. Now here you see the denominators are different. They are unlike fractions. So you have to make it same by taking the LCM. So LCM of 3 and 6 is 6. So here you are going to multiply both numerator and denominator by 2 to make the denominator as 6. So let us multiply this both numerator and denominator by 2. So here it is 113 upon 6 minus 7 into 2 is 14, carry over 1, 4 2 is 8 and 1 9, 3 into 2 is 6. So from 113 you have to subtract 94. You subtract numerator to numerator and you write the denominator as it is. So we write 6. So 113, 13 minus 4 is 9. 10 minus 9 is 1. So this is 19. So 19 by 6 should be added. So 19 by 6 should be added to 15, 2 by 3 to get 18, 5 by 6. So let us do one more problem on addition and subtraction of fractions. So here for all the three fractions the denominators are different, so they are unlike fractions. So in that case first we need to make the denominator same. For that you have to find out the LCM. So let us find out the LCM of 12, 9 and 2. So you have to find out the common factor out of this. So 2 is the smallest prime factor. 2 6 are 12. This does not go. 2 1s are 2. Again it goes with 2. 2 3s are 6. 9. Then it goes with 3. 3 1s are 3. 3 3s are 9. Then it goes by 3 again. So these are the factors of 12, 9 and 2. So 3 into 2 is 6 and 3 into 2 is 6. So LCM is 6 into 6 is 36. So let us make the denominator same. So 5 by 9, you have to multiply this by 4. And this, you have to multiply both numerator and denominator by 3. And this, both numerator and denominator, you have to multiply by 18. So here you get 5 into 4 is 20 upon 36 minus 21 upon 36 plus 18 upon 36. So now let us simplify this. All are like fractions now with the same denominator as 36. So as per the BODMAS rule, first we are going to add this. So let us add 20 and 18. Then we are going to subtract 21 from that. Because as per BODMAS rule, you have to first add, then you have to subtract. So 20 plus 18 is how much? 38 minus 21 upon 36. So 8 minus 1 is 7. 3 minus 2 is 1. So 17 upon 36 is the answer. So let us take some more problems on fractions. Arrange in ascending order. So 2 by 3, 3 by 5, 11 by 15. You have to arrange these fractions in ascending order. Here you can see for all the three fractions the denominators are different. Here it is 3, here it is 5 and here it is 15. So to compare any fractions, first you need to make the denominator same. And how are you going to do that? By finding out the LCM. So LCM of 3, 5 and 15 is 15. So to do that you have to multiply 2 by 3 by 5 so that the denominator becomes 15. So this is 10 by 15. And 3 by 5, you have to multiply this by 3 so that the denominator becomes 15. So 3 into 3 is 9 and 3 5s are 15. So, and this is already in 15. So if you have to arrange the ascending order, the smaller the numerator is, the smaller the fraction is. So the ascending order will be 9 by 15. Then greater than this is 10 by 15. Then greater than this is 11 by 15. Now next question is to multiply a fraction by a whole number. So you all know that for whole numbers the denominator is 1. We don't write it. Okay. So for multiplication of fraction by a whole number, we can rewrite this as 5 by 1. So you multiply numerator to numerator and denominator to denominator. So 5 into 2 is 10 and 3 into 1 is 3. So this is easy. Here it's you have to multiply the numerator to numerator and denominator to denominator. So 2 into 7 is 14 and 5 into 9 is 45. So here you have got a mixed fraction. So you cannot multiply a mixed fraction as it is. First you have to convert into improper fraction. So 7 into 3 is 21. 21 plus 4 is 25. So this is 25 by 7 and into 3 by 5. If you have something in common here, so 5 and 25 have a common factor 5. So let us cancel this. This is 5 ones are 5 and this is 5 fives are 25. Okay. So now nothing you can cancel. So now you can multiply numerator to numerator. That is 5 into 3 is 15 and 7 into 1 is 7. Now you have to find out 1 by 4 of 16 by 2. Of means multiplication. So you have to just replace of by multiplication sign. So let us do that. So here 1 by 4 we write as it is. Of means multiplication, 16 by 2. So here if you have any common factor you can cancel it. So you can cancel 4 ones are 4, 4 fours are 16. You can cancel numerator and denominator. You cannot cancel denominator. Okay. Here also you can cancel now 2 and 4. So 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. So 2 into 1 is 2 and here denominator is 1 into 1. So you get a whole number 2. Now let us see how to divide fractions. So you have to divide a whole number by a fraction. So this is a mixed fraction. First you have to convert this into improper fraction and you know that. So let us do it. So 5 I am writing as it is divided by 7 into 3 is 21. 21 plus 4 is 25. So this is 25 by 7. So to divide this, we are going to change this to multiplication sign and we will take the reciprocal of the second number. Okay. So let us do that. 5 division change sign changes to multiplication. Reciprocal means the denominator will come to numerator. So that will come numerator and 25 will come in the denominator. We take the reciprocal of this number. Now you can cancel if there are any common factor. You can cancel 5 ones are 5 and 5 fives are 25. Okay. So here now in numerator you have 1. So 7 into 1 is 7. And here denominator is 1. So 5 into 1 is 5. So this is 7 by 5. You can write it in mixed fraction. That is, you can write it as 5 ones are 5 and 2 is 7. Like that you can write in mixed fraction. Now let us see how to divide a fraction by a whole number. So this is a mixed fraction. First you have to convert it into improper fraction. So 4 into 3 is 12. 12 plus 1 is 13. So this is 13 by 3 divided by 3. So now when you change division to multiplication, you have to take the reciprocal of the second number. So this numerator it is 3, so it will come in the denominator and denominator here it is 1. So this will come in the numerator. So there is nothing to cancel. So 13 into 1 is 13 and 3 into 3 is 9. Okay. Now let us see how to do this question. Dividing a fraction by a fraction. So both are mixed fractions. First we have to convert both into improper fractions. So 5 into 2 is 10. 10 plus 1 is 11. So this is 11 by 5 divided by 5 into 1 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. So this is 6 divided by 5. Now you will change division sign to multiplication sign and you are going to take the reciprocal of this number. So 5 will come in numerator and 6 will come in denominator. So here you have 5. So you can cancel 5 and 5. Now nothing you can cancel, so you can multiply now. So here 5 into 1. Here when you cancel 5 ones are 5, 5 ones are 5. Okay. So 11 into 1 is 11 and 6 into 1 is 6. So the answer is 11 by 6. You can write this in mixed fraction form. So 6, 1, 5 by 6. 6 on just 6 plus 5 is 11 by 6. So easy it is, isn't it? So let's continue doing decimals now. So let us quickly recall what are decimal numbers. Decimal numbers are nothing but the fractions with the denominators as 10 or multiples of 10. Let us understand this by with one example. For example, 729 by 10. This is a fraction with the denominator 10. So you can rewrite this as 72.9. So this is a decimal number. This is called the decimal point. This is the whole number and this is the decimal part of this number. Let us take one more example. 3762. If you divide this by 100. So here the denominator is 100. It's a multiple of 10. So this fraction also can be written as a decimal number. So this is 37.62. So this is the whole part. This is called the decimal point and this is the decimal part. Okay. Now let us see how to compare a decimal number. Right. So as in whole numbers, if I give you 276 is greater or 272 is greater. So how do you compare? You see, start comparing from the leftmost side of the digit. So this is 2, here also 2, here 7 in tens place, here also in tens place 7, here it is 6 in ones place, here it is 2, right? So 6 is greater than 2. So we say 276 is greater than 272. Same way we compare the decimal numbers. We start comparing moving from left to right. So here see, this is 376.276 and this is 376.273. So we have to find out which one of these two decimal numbers, which one is greater. Okay. So here see, in hundreds place it is 3, tens place 7, ones place 6, and then after the decimal point, 10th place it is 2, 100th place it is 7, in 1000th place this 6 is there and this is 3. So 6 is greater than 3. So 376.276 is greater than 376.273. Okay. Now let us see how to write this decimal number in expanded form. So this is the decimal number which you need to expand. But before that, let us quickly recall how to expand a natural number or a whole number. If I give you 2723, so how did you expand it? You multiply this by 1000. This is in hundreds place, so you multiply this by 100. This is in tens place, so you multiply this by 10. This is in ones place, so you multiply this by 1. Similarly, in decimal numbers also we are going to multiply it. Before the decimal point, this works like a whole number. After the decimal point, this is the 10th place, that is 1 by 10. This is the 100th place, that is 1 by 100. This is the 1000th place, that is 1 by 1000. So let us do it that way. So if you have to write this in expanded form, this is in hundreds place, so you multiply this by 100. This is in tens place, so you multiply this by 10. This is in ones place, so you multiply this by 1. And then after the decimal point, we write it as 0. This is 10th place, so this is 1 by 10. This is 100th place, that means 1 by 100. This is the 1000th place, so this will be multiplied by 1 by 1000th. So like this, we expand the decimal number. Okay. Now let us see how to add and subtract decimal numbers using a word problem. So Rohit purchased a notebook for rupees 23.75, a pencil for rupees 2.85 and a pen for rupees 15.90. He gave a 50 rupee note to the shopkeeper. What amount did he get back? So you need to first add these numbers and then you have to subtract from 50 to find out how much amount he is going to get it back from the shopkeeper. So let us add these numbers. So whenever you add a decimal number, only one point you have to consider here, like here 23.75. The next digit, how are you going to write it? 2.85. You just write down decimal point below the decimal point and the remaining digits you have to write it accordingly. Similarly, decimal point below the decimal point and the remaining digits you have to write it accordingly. Okay, so we have written it. Now we are going to add. In answer also we place a decimal point below the decimal point. 5 plus 5 is 10, 0, carry over 1. 7 plus 1 is 8, 8 plus 8 is 16, 16 plus 9 is 25, carry over 2. Okay, so this is 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 5 is 10, 10 plus 2 is 12, carry over 1, 2 plus 2 is 4. So rupees 42.50 he spends. Now how much money he gave? 50 rupees note. So you need to subtract this amount from 50 rupees. So 50 is a whole number. That means you can write it as 50 point. You can write as many zeros you want. It is up to 2 decimal place. So I am writing here also 2 zeros after up to 2 decimal place. Now you need to subtract it. Subtraction is also same way. You place the decimal point below the decimal point and the rest of the numbers you write it as it is. Now we are going to subtract 42.50 from 50. So 0 minus 0 is 0 and this is 10 now. So 10 minus 5 is 5. Decimal point below the decimal point. This is 9 minus 2 is 7 and from this you have carried forward. So this is 4 minus 4 is 0. So how much rupees he is going to get it back? 7.50. So I hope you have understood addition and subtraction of decimal numbers. Now let us see multiplication of decimal numbers. First case which we are going to consider here is multiplication of a decimal number by a whole number. So when you multiply a decimal number by a whole number, we ignore the decimal point. We multiply the number as 201 into 4. So 4 into 1 is 4, 4 into 0 is 0 and 4 into 2 is 8. After decimal point only one digit is there. So here also we will place only one digit after the decimal point, that is 4 is after the decimal point. So it is read as 80.4. Here also same way we will ignore the decimal point first and we are going to multiply 2 into 86. So 6 into 2 is 12, carry over 1. 8 into 2 is 16 and 1 17. Here decimal point, after decimal point 2 digits are there. So here we are going to place the decimal point here. So there are 2 digits after the decimal point, 1.72. Now let us see how to multiply a decimal number by 10, 100 and 1000. So when you multiply a decimal number by 10, how many zeros are there in 10? 1. So the decimal point will move one digit towards right side. So where it is going to come? It is going to come here. So we will write it as 1680. Now this decimal point will come here. So it will be 0.7. So this is 1680.7. Now here in 100, how many zeros are there? 2. So decimal point will move 2 digits this side. So it will be 1, 2. Decimal point will come here. So what is the number you are going to get? 4307. So this is 4307. The decimal point was here. 2 digits towards right. So this is 4307. Decimal point is here. Okay. Now this is 1000. How many zeros are there? 3. So it will move 3 digits this side. So 1, 2. You can add as many zeros here. So it will be 1 0 here. So it is like answer will be 30. Now let us see how to multiply a decimal number by a decimal number with the help of a word problem. So here is the word problem. A taxi driver charges rupees 9.80 per kilometer. How much will he charge for a journey of 106.5 kilometers? So this is unitary method. For 1 kilometer, 9.8. So for this many kilometers means into 106.5. So what are you going to do? You have to multiply 106.5 into 9.8, or 9.80 is the same thing. 106.5, you have to multiply this by 9.8. So let us multiply it first. So 8 5s are 40, carry over 4, then 6 8s are 48, 48 plus 4 is 52, carry over 5. So here you will have 5 because 8 into 0 is 0 and 8 ones are 8. Now you will multiply 9 5s are 45, carry over 4, 9 6 are 54 plus 4 is 58, carry over 5, and 9 ones are 9. So this is 0, 7, 8 plus 5 is 13, carry over 1, 9 plus 5 is 14, carry over 1. Now the decimal point here, after decimal point 1 digit is there, here also after decimal point 1 digit is there. So totally how many digits are there? 2 digits after the decimal point. So in the final answer, it will, the 2 digits will be there after the decimal point. So it will be here. So the answer is rupees 1043.7 is the answer. Let us quickly revise the division of decimal numbers. So first case we are going to consider is division of decimal numbers by 10, 100 or 1000. So when we divide a decimal number by 10, when we multiply, what we were doing? We were moving towards right side, from left to right. When we divide, since division is opposite of multiplication, we are now going to move the decimal towards the left hand side. Okay. So let us do it. So here, how many zeros are there in 10? 1. So this decimal point will move 1 digit this side. So where it will come? It will come here. So the answer is 0.056. Initially it was here. Now it comes here. So 0.056. Now here you are dividing by 100. 2 zeros are there. So decimal point will move 2 digits this side. There is no more numbers here, so you can add as many zeros as you want. Okay. So decimal point will shift 2 digits. 1, 2. So it will come here. So what it will become? 0.0078. Now, how many zeros are there in 1000? 3. So decimal point will move 3 digits towards left side. So 1, 2, 3. So it will be 0.1289. Okay. Now let us see how to divide a decimal number by a whole number. Okay. So here the number given to you is 3.96. You have to divide this by 4. So 3 will not go by 4, so you put 0. Decimal point you put above the decimal point, decimal point. Now the number is 39. Okay. So 4 nines are 36. Now you subtract it from 39, 36. You get 3. You bring down 6. So again 4 nines are 36. Remainder is 0. So what is the answer? 0.99. So you write it here as 0.99 is the answer. Now here you have to divide 0.8 by 5. So let us divide 0.80 by 5. So 0 will not go by 5, you place 0. Decimal above decimal point, you are going to place the decimal point. And 5 ones are 5. So 8 minus 5, what do you get? 3. You bring down 0. So 5 6 are 30. Right? So answer is 0.16. You have to just take care, you put the decimal point above the decimal point as you have done in the addition and subtraction. You have placed decimal point below the decimal point. Okay. Now let us see how to divide a decimal number by another decimal number with the help of this example. Each side of a polygon is 3.8 centimeter in length and its perimeter is 22.8 centimeters. How many sides does the polygon have? So to answer this question, first you should know what is a polygon. A polygon is nothing but a polygon is a simple closed curve made up of entirely of line segments. Okay, so all these are polygons. And what is a perimeter? You have to just go on the boundary once. If you start from here, okay, so you go to B, from B you go to C, from C you come back to A. So you have to just run on the boundary once, that is called the perimeter. So you have to find out how many sides this polygon has if each length is 3.8 and the perimeter is given to you as 22.8. So what are you going to do? You are going to divide this by 3.8. Okay. So let us divide now. But you don't know how to divide a decimal number by a decimal number. So you have to convert a decimal number into a whole number. How are we going to do it? First let us write down. You have to divide 22.8. You have to divide by 3.8. So you don't know how to divide by a decimal number. You have to convert it into a whole number. You multiply this by 10 because there is one digit after decimal point. So if you multiply this by 10, you will get a whole number. So I am multiplying both numerator and denominator by 10. So in numerator you will get 228. Decimal point will move one digit this side. Similarly here the decimal point will move one digit this side because you are multiplying by 10. So it is division by 38. So when you divide 228 by 38, you get the number of sides as 6. The product of two proper fractions is less than each of the fractions that are multiplied. So let us take one example. Say 2 by 5 is a proper fraction. You are multiplying by this by 3 by 5, which is a proper fraction. And the product is 2 into 3 is 6 in the numerator, 5 into 5 is 25. So here it says this product 6 by 25 is less than 2 by 5 and 3 by 5. Let us check. So if you convert 2 by 5 with having the denominator as 25, you have to multiply both numerator and denominator by 5. So you get 10 by 25. And here you have to multiply both numerator and denominator by 5. So here you will get 15 by 25. So clearly you can see 6 by 25 is less than 10 by 25 and 15 by 25. So the product of two proper fractions, that is 6 by 25, is less than each of the fractions that are multiplied, that is 2 by 5 and 3 by 5. You can see it here. Now let us see this case. The product of a proper and an improper fraction, okay, is less than improper fraction and is greater than the proper fraction. So let us take 2 by 3 and this is a proper fraction. You have to multiply with an improper fraction. Let us take as 7 by 6. Okay. So when you multiply this, you get 14 by 18. Okay. So it says it is greater than proper fraction and it is lesser than improper fraction. So how are you going to compare? For that, we have to make the denominator same. So 2 by 3, you have to multiply by 6. So this is 12 by 80 and this you multiply by 3. 7 by 6, when you multiply by 3, you get 21 by 80. So you can clearly see that it is greater than 2 by 3, which is a proper fraction, and it is lesser than a proper fraction, that is 7 by 6. Okay. Now let us see the third case. The product of two improper fractions is greater than the two fractions. So let us multiply two improper fractions. Let us take 3 by 2 and 4 by 3. Okay, so these two are improper fractions. What is the product here? 12 by 6. Okay, it says it is greater than both the improper fractions. Let us check by making the denominator same. So this is 3 by 2. You have to multiply this by 3 so that the denominator is 6. So it is 9 by 6. And this you have to multiply 4 by 3. You have to multiply by 2. So this is 8 by 6. So you can clearly see the product of the two improper fractions, that is this number, is greater than 3 by 2 and 4 by 3. 3 by 2 and 4 by 3. You can clearly see 12 by 6 is greater than 9 by 6 and 8 by 6. So the product of two improper fractions, that is this 12 by 6, it is greater than 3 by 2 and 4 by 3.